Hi friends and new friends. I know a lot of you out there might be looking forward to the election this year between President Donald Trump and Joe Biden. If you're a history buff or a political junkie, you might be interested in that. But did you know that Dash has his own election coming up this year, and it's pretty exciting? I'll be getting into the details of that in this episode. I'm Christopher Carruthers, also known as Tao of Satoshi, and you're watching Cash Alternative TV. Yes, well, the election that I'm talking about is the Dash Trust Protector election. So what is the Dash Trust, and who are the Dash Trust Protectors, and why is Dash having an election this year? Well, here's the answer to all of that and more in this episode of Cash Alternative TV. Without further ado, let's get to it. So welcome to my presentation about the Dash DAO Trust Protector election. If it's the first time joining me on the channel, welcome. If not, you'll notice that this is a new format. I got it from Sylvain Cloutier. He's another YouTuber that I follow. He told me to do these presentations on Canva, so this is my first attempt at doing a presentation on Canva, so I hope you enjoy it. If you want to follow him, I'll leave his information in the description below. So, as you can see here, this is a video about the Dash DAO Trust Protector election. This is coming up here in the end of April 2020. So this is a blog post by Michael Seitz. He's a communications director for Dash Core Group. He says, "We are happy to announce details about the Trust Protectors election to be held in April for the Dash DAO Irrevocable Trust. The trust is 100% owner of Dash Core Group Incorporated." So you might be wondering, if you're just new to the channel or you're new to Dash, what is the Dash DAO Irrevocable Trust? So it's an organization, this is basically the description in a nutshell. It's an organization that acts as a liaison between Dash's masternode network and Dash Core Group. It features protectors elected once a year by the network. So this is something that's been going on since I think it was discovered. It was finalized, all the planning was done in 2018, and we had an election in 2019. And right now the Dash protectors, basically the Dash Trust owns the assets that the Dash Core Group owns. So the Dash Core Group is the company, the Dash Trust is the liaison, and then the Dash Masternode Network is the owners. So nobody in the Dash Core Group can do anything funny with their assets or take off or try to do their own thing with Dash. It's protected by the Dash Trust. And these Dash Trust protectors are on the lookout for any funny business that goes on. So a more detailed explanation is here in the blog post. It says, what is the Dash DAO Irrevocable Trust? The Dash DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, Irrevocable Trust, was formed in July 2017 to ensure that Dash Core Group, DCG, the biggest organization responsible for Dash's development, is held accountable to the Dash network in more ways than simply defunding it. So what Dash has is it has a decentralized autonomous organization. So any contractors, including yourself, if you know how to do anything, can apply to the Dash network for funding. And if you can provide a service or a product that will help Dash in its development, then you can go ahead and make a proposal to the Dash network. So basically, the Dash Core Group under this system is Dash's biggest contractor. It's the main contractor. It's the one responsible for a lot of development, a lot of promotion, a lot of marketing. It has many different arms of the Dash Core Group, so it could be considered our main contractor. So this is basically saying that the Dash network owns this particular contractor and can make changes to its board of directors. There's another, I'm going to get to it later, but there's a video I did on it. So it continues, the trust is structured so the Dash network is the beneficiary, so which is the masternode network of, it's people from all over the world, owners from all over the world. They're anonymous. We don't know who they are. Anybody can have a masternode if you have $1,000 Dash invested. And you don't even have to have it set up anywhere. Excuse me. You don't even have to have it set up anywhere. You just have to have it as a collateral. The trust owns 100% of the shares in the Dash Core Group, and the trustee ensures that the everyday work of Dash Core Group is following the best interests of the network. The trust protectors serve as a check and balance system to ensure the trustee and Dash Core Group are doing their jobs and have the ability to replace any members of the Dash Core Group board of directors if they are not satisfactorily serving the best interests of the network. So this guards against corruption of anybody in the Dash Core Group that may have nefarious motives, might want to do something that is not kosher to the masternode network. It's not conducive to Dash moving forward. So they can use this Dash Trust as a middleman to affect change in the Dash core group. So the Dash network, the Dash masternode network then re-elects the 6 trust protectors every year to ensure they have the best interests of the network in mind. So this last happened in 2019. They elected 6 trust protectors in 2019, and now in 2020 they want to elect more people. So this is my video that I did on the Dash Irrevocable Trust. I'm going to leave the description below if you want to check it out. It was a video saying, one of the interesting things from the video was that the Red Cross is going to be the beneficiary of anything. If the Dash network happens to go belly up and any other assets that we might have will go to the Red Cross. So I found that interesting as well. So who are the Dash Trust Protectors that we elected in 2019? And these people served from 2019 to 2020, making sure everything was kosher in the Dash network. So it was Peter Bakusin, who's also known as Dash Digital Nomad on the forums, Raleigh Barrett, Michael Lewis, also known as Walter, Mark Mason, I'm sure everybody knows him, Eric Sammons, he's done a few articles on Dash, and he was used to be a fairly participating member in Dash, although I haven't seen him around for a while. And Perry Wooden, who's the CEO, one of the CEOs of Node 40. And he's also formerly a very active Dash member that we haven't seen around too often recently. So those were the 6 that got elected last year. And so the timeline and oversight of this coming election that we're having for the Dash Trust Protectors and the Dash DAO Irrevocable Trust, these are the details coming up. So the Trust Protector election details is number 1, the candidate application submission period is from the 3rd to the 20th of April. So this is coming out on the 19th. You still have one more day to apply. I'm sorry this video is coming out late, but I've been kind of sidetracked with this virus that's been going on, and I haven't had a chance to do any videos. But you still have one more day, so get your application in there. That will be followed by a network election voting period, the 21st to the 30th of April. And then the election results announcement will happen in early May. Who will overview the process? Because this could be rife with fraud and all this stuff, all these kind of things. We want to make sure everything's on the up and up. So in order to ensure that the process is conducted as expected, Dash Watch, who's another Dash contractor in the Dash DAO Trust, or the Dash DAO in general, is another, it's kind of responsible for seeing that the other contractors are doing their jobs properly and using the funds properly. So Dash Watch is going to be the ones that are going to look after this as well. Dash Watch will be the objective third-party auditor. And it goes on to say results of last year's Trust Protector election can be seen here. So if you want to see those results, I already showed you the people who won, but you can see the people that didn't win. I'll leave the description. I'll leave the link in the description below. So could you be a candidate for this election? Do you have political experience, or you like to follow the goings on in the new blockchain technologies? So if you are, then you could be a candidate. So Dash Watch will compile the list of candidates and will publish the final list for voting on April 21st. Anyone interested in becoming a candidate should reach out to them at team@dashwatch.org before the end of day, April 20th UTC. So you still got some time. To be eligible, candidates must provide valid ID and proof of residence, since the trustee will need to perform KYC checks before confirming the appointment of any elected trust protector. Dash Watch will also check that the candidates meet the following requirements: that they are of legal age, of mental capacity to do the job, they're not a felon, no conflict of interest with the position, and not residents of Iran, North Korea, Syria, Sudan, or Cuba, and not in the list of specially designated nationals maintained by the U.S. Department of Treasury. So why is that? Because the Dash Core Group is actually an incorporation, and it's incorporated in Delaware or Maryland, I think, one of those states. But it's based in the United States, so they have to follow those rules of who can and cannot do business with the United States. So that's the reason for that. So this is going to be open source, and it's going to be based on approval voting. So Dash Watch has a website where masternodes will be able to vote on the published list of candidates. The software will be open source, so anyone can check the process. Dash Watch will receive the votes and publish the results once they independently tally them, immediately following the voting deadline. Then an approval voting goes like this. In order to improve the quality of the selection of the trust protectors, we have decided to use an approval voting system. This means that each masternode can vote yes or abstain, so there's no voting no, it's just yes or abstain on each of the eligible candidates. The 6 candidates with the highest approval will win the election, and they will be in place from 2020 to 2021 when we do this again next year. This is closer to how our governance system works and also ensures that in a scenario of many candidates, the 6 selected are the most widely supported and representative of network interests. So that's interesting, something that you don't see very often. So stay tuned for the results. It's going to be coming up in early May. Thanks for watching this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and that's it for me. So I think that this is an interesting thing. You don't see this often in other networks. So Dash really stands out with its unique voting and governance, and this is no exception for this one. So hope you enjoyed this presentation. Bye for now. Well, that was the episode today about the Dash Trust Protectors and the election that's happening in 2020. Not quite as exciting as the US presidential election, but hey, it's Dash's own election. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click the bell if you want to see more from me in Cash Alternative TV episodes. Until next time, remember, Dash is a better money for a better future, and that future is getting closer every day. Bye for now.